And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here as we get ready for our first race of the season of the NRSL American Street Car Series. First race will take place here at Daytona Road Course. 14 drivers in Class A, 14 drivers in Class B, 14 drivers in Class C will be battling for 3 different championships. Highest starting Class A driver, you're looking at him right there, your pole sitter Chris Dodd in the 38. Highest starting Class B driver is right there, the 01 of Noah Poncer, and the highest starting Class C driver, the 31 of Joshua Sekuli. You're going to see a lot of battling here on track, but basically it's the Class A drivers battling Class A drivers, Class B battling Class B, Class C battling Class C. Chris Dodd and Zachary Fitzwater, your front row. Very surprising to actually see somebody like Joshua Sekuli starting as close up to the front as he is, being a Class C driver. The Class C cars do not have nearly as much speed as Class A or B. It's usual to see Class B drivers intermingled with Class A and then Class C intermingled with Class B, but you're seeing Joshua Sekuli, he apparently laid down a really good lap time because he's up there just behind the Class A drivers in speed. So we will have technically 3 different winners here in this race. And it will be 14 laps, no cautions. So if there's a wreck that takes place, they will have to race it out. Pace car, gonna bring them here through maybe one of the most treacherous parts of this road course. The little dogleg there, the little chicane. A couple of spots here. It's kind of half restrictor plate track and half road course. But the road course section, and I can tell you from experience, is very, very difficult. There's about 2 or 3 different turns where they are really, really hard to make around without getting super loose or going off track. And so we'll see what these drivers are going to be able to do here today. The pace car will head for pit road. We get the green flag at the usual spot. If we were racing a Sprint Cup Series, Xfinity Series, Truck Series race here at Daytona, right here in the middle of the tri-oval. And here we go. For the first time this season in the NRSL American Street Car Series, we are green flag racing at Daytona. Chris Dodd, the Chevy Corvette, got a good jump, and he'll lead the field down here into the first corner. Look at that, down to 55 miles per hour to try and make that turn. And now starts getting up through the gears and starts to pull away. Zachary Fitzwater now moves into second place for Class A. Dylan Young into third, and Chris Myers in fourth. Fifth place now is going to be James Shelley. Move back here, and there's Noah Poncer, the highest of the Class B drivers. Now the driver he's going to be worrying about at this start is right there, Nick Johnson, I'm sorry. There's a couple of names I'm not really familiar with here, so you're going to have to bear with me, especially in the first race, maybe first couple of races. And here he comes, trying to get to the inside there on the 9 car. That is a Class A driver in Joshua Lee, but he's got to get by him before he can get up to Noah Poncer. Here you can see the difference in the speeds of the car, especially on the straightaway. Joshua Lee able to hang on the outside line. Car gets much more speed than Nick Johnson's does, and now he'll have to tuck back in line. Will Johnson have to try and get by Joshua Lee at a later time? Joshua Sekuli there for Class C right now is the highest running of that class. Car that's trying to run him down, JT Bryant, but he's got a Class B driver in Lyndon Wright between himself and the 31. So right now you've got Sekuli being chased by JT Bryant. You've got Poncer being chased by Nick Johnson. And meanwhile up front, we got a battle for the lead for Class A. Zachary Fitzwater trying his luck here on Chris Dodd. And he will complete the pass. So new leader, Zachary Fitzwater. And Chris Dodd may not be over losing positions as those two are battling. Dylan Young was kind of waiting in the wings, seeing what was going to happen. Right there in third place for the Class A drivers. Could have a battle for fourth. James Shelley worked his way by Chris Myers. And now Myers wants the spot back. And you got Ben Braley there. He is 6th of the Class A drivers. John Art 7th. Angel Navarro 8th. And here's a battle. Well, it's actually really not a battle. That was Zach Winkle in the 662. Noah Poncer, the leader of Class B, trying to get by a Class A car. Joshua Lee still the barrier between Poncer and Nick Johnson. Sakuli still has Lyndon Wright between himself and JT Bryant. And JT might want to look in his rearview mirror because here comes Ortega starting to reel him in. And then you got Ryan Brommer out of Class B. He's stuck behind these Class C drivers. But Carson Gumb's trying to reel him in. That would be for a position in Class B. See if we can find any battle on the track. Things have gotten somewhat spread out here. Fitzwater still in command of Class A. Dylan Young trying to catch up here to second place now. Chris Dodd in the 38. James Shelley solidly there in 4th with Chris Myers in 5th. Oh, we have one car going awfully wide through that corner. That's Angel Navarro. And that could be a battle for position right there between himself and Zach Winkle. Winkle now not in the preferred line, and he will have to give the spot back to Angel Navarro. Navarro going a little wide in that corner. Uh-oh. Noah Poncer slipped up there. Now what Nick Johnson would love to see right now is Joshua Lee, a Class A driver, be able to get by Noah Poncer, a Class B driver. If that were the case, that could open up the door for Nick Johnson to be able to stick his nose in, and then that would be the battle for the lead in Class B. Right now, though, Poncer holding his own. Joshua Lee there. Nick Johnson still waiting in the wings. Joshua Sakuli still sitting solidly in the lead for Class C. Just to give you an idea of the lap times difference, Zachary Fitzwater just ran a 1:47.9. Okay, let's go to the highest Class B driver. Poncer ran a 1:47.7. And the highest Class C driver ran a 140. Wow, he ran a 1:47.9 as well. 1:47.960. And what was Fitzwater's? 1:47. Well, he just ran a 1:47.2. But Chris Dodd ran a 1:47.1. Whole 10th quicker. He might be having thoughts about getting the lead back from Fitzwater. Well, let's go back here again to Noah Poncer, and you can see there's a gap behind Zach Winkle in the Ford Mustang. Joshua Lee wants by, I can tell you. He wants to get up there and race with those Class A drivers. And Nick Johnson, I don't think will be hurt by that. He would love to see him get up there and be racing. Then you got Joshua Sakuli, and look at the gap from him back to a Class B driver in Lyndon Wright. And then behind him is JT Bryant. Here comes Ortega. This is a battle for second in Class C. The Dodge of JT Bryant and the Mitsubishi Lancer of Ortega. Right behind Ortega, you got Ryan Brommer. He's trying to catch up to Lyndon Wright. That would be his next battle for position. Carson Gum right there as well. Lane Keys out of Class B. Jonathan Zorlin out of Class B. James Qualls out of Class B. A number of Class B drivers back here. Hunter Bobb, also out of Class B. Then you got Class A, Jeremy Jones. Wow, he is way back here. That's a BMW out of Class A. Trent Dunham out of Class C. Johnny Gardner out of Class B. William Duncan out of Class B. Cole Deaver out of Class A way back here. Wow. Surprised that these Class A drivers are not picking their way through, especially the Class C drivers, any quicker than they are. There's Tripantacchio Vernio. There we go, I got it. And right now he is in Class A, and he is way back here. Dallas McIntosh, Salzman, Elijah Gordon. Holy cow, there's Dawson Wise, another Class A driver, stuck behind these Class C drivers, who are in a pretty good tussle for position right now. Whoa! Dale Salzman, nice save. Dawson Wise way, way back here. So is Grace Nakabito out of Class B. Lopez out of Class B, way back here. There's Tavian Alexander, Austin Gipe. These are all Class C drivers. Cody Smart, Ryan Madden. Johnston is way back here. He's out of Class B. Benjamin Miles and Julio Cesar. Kylie Myers is, I believe, running in dead last. She is. So this is not what she needs to have a good points day for Class C. Right now she is the lowest running of Class C. Johnston the lowest running of Class A, and Dawson Wise right there is the lowest running of Class A. Let's go back to the leader. Still Zachary Fitzwater. Chris Dodd in second. Has not been able to get back to Fitzwater's bumper since he was passed for position. Battle could be here for third place in Class A. That's Dylan Young who has it. James Shelley wants it. Trying to outbrake him here coming into one. And Dylan Young got through that corner a little bit better than Shelley. Shelley actually got a little loose right there. You can see his car kind of step out on him. That may actually open the door for Chris Myers to try something. Not going to be able to do it this time. Go back here and see if anything has happened with Noah Poncer and Nick Johnson. So far, nothing. Joshua Sakuli still firmly in control of Class C. JT Bryant. Best battle for Class C right now is going on for second place in that. JT Bryant has it, and Ortega wants it. Like three different groups, at least up here at the front. Got basically the top five. They've broken away. And then sixth place overall right now. Right there, and Ben Braley. Well, I guess you could say that the top 9 have all broken away in a pack. Then from 9th back to 10th place, Noah Poncer. You've got a group, Poncer, Lee, Johnson, Sakuli, and then you jump back to this third group of Lyndon Wright, JT Bryant, Ortega, Brommer, Gum, and Zorlin. You got a fourth group with Blaine Keys, James Qualls, Jeremy Jones. Now let's watch this here because James Qualls is out of Class B, Jeremy Jones is out of Class A. Let's see how the Saline and the BMW, how they race against each other here. And James Qualls appears to be holding his own, but they are slowly catching up to another Class B driver. That's Blaine Keys, and this could be a battle for position between Blaine Keys and James Qualls. Blaine Keys in the Cadillac. Got a battle up ahead for position. Is that Ortega? That is Ortega. Although he was trying to hang on to a spot. Class B driver Ryan Brommer wanting by. Ortega's got his sights still set, though, on JT Bryant for second in Class C. As things stand right now, the three drivers that hold the lead for their respective classes are firmly in control of them. Cooley for Class C, Poncer for Class B, and Fitzwater for Class A. And crossing the line, we are going to be halfway home in this first race. the chicane, the dog leg, whatever you want to call it, Fitzwater, ever since getting around Chris Dodd, has been solid. Dodd has hung with him, but he hasn't been able to close the gap. If anything, the gap continues to slowly grow. Zachary Fitzwater from Australia. Australia, the United Kingdom, a lot of those places have road course experts. Fitzwater, no exception. Knows how to get around this place. We saw how patient he was to put the move on Chris Dodd, and as soon as he made the move, he's not looked back. Last time by, Fitzwater's lap time was about 2/10 slower than his fastest lap. If we look at Chris Dodd, his lap time was 6/10 slower than his fastest lap. And the difference for Dodd, a 147.7, a 147.4 for Fitzwater. 3/10 difference. That just shows you how much better Fitzwater is getting around this racetrack. Now, both cars are set to equal settings. Both have the same kind of equipment. You know, no one outshining the other in that respect. But you can just see that the expertise of knowing how to race road courses is coming into play here for Fitzwater. As a matter of fact, Chris Dodd, he's got Dylan Young not too far behind him. Dylan Young actually ran faster last lap than Dodd did. He's trying to close the gap up between himself and the 38. And then you got a battle back here again between James Shelley and Chris Myers. Those two have been going at it since the drop of the green flag, really. They've exchanged that fourth position a couple of times. Right now, Shelley in this spot. Myers back in fifth. And you got to remember with this kind of racing, too, you're looking up here at the front. These drivers, pit stops could play a factor. Ben Braley is coming to pit road. Oh man, this could get interesting. Noah Ponser, the Class B leader, is coming to pit road, as is the driver that was trying to run him down, Nick Johnson. Lyndon Wright's coming to pit lane. Jonathan Zorlin is on pit road as well. So is Blaine Keys. A number of the Class B drivers are hitting pit road. Ortega and JT Bryant, a couple of Class C drivers, they're hitting pit road, along with Trent Dunham, Lopez, Acavito, Tavian Alexander is in, Elijah Gordon, Dallas McIntosh, Cody Smart. Interesting. One thing that I should point out too is because Class C drivers do not turn nearly as many RPMs as the Class A drivers, they save a little bit more fuel. Which actually surprised me to see that we had mostly B and C class drivers coming to pit road this time, and not Class A drivers. Very interesting. Will Fitzwater be coming to pit road on this lap? Doesn't look like he'll be coming this time. Oh wait, this is turn 2. Never mind, I thought we were coming out of turn 4. My apologies. So this might shake it up as far as who's going to be the leader of each class now. And did Dylan Young get around Chris Dodd, or did Dodd pit? I guess Dodd pitted. I think he might have been one of the very few of Class A drivers to pit. Is Fitzwater pitting this time? He is. Dylan Young's coming to pit road as well. Shelley, Myers, Arndt, Navarro, Winkle's coming in. Joshua Lee is in. Class C leader Joshua Zakuli's going to come in this time. How about Wade Brommer? Or not Wade, sorry. I keep wanting to say Wade. Ryan Brommer. He's coming in. So is Carson Gum. James Qualls, Jeremy Jones, they're in. Hunter Bobb, Cole Deaver, William Duncan. Little drag race there. Vernio's in. Dawson Wise. Solisman, Johnny Gardner. And there is the 38 of Chris Dodd, who made his pit stop. We're going to have to see where he comes out after all of this. He's just now got his service, or not got his service completed, but he's just now got himself back on the lead lap, technically. He's got to make a lap around before the service is completed on drivers that just pitted. Looking for the car of Zachary Fitzwater. And where is he? Did Dodd come out ahead? He might have. There's Dodd. No, he didn't. He came out behind Shelley, who came out behind Young, who came out behind Fitzwater. So Fitzwater will keep the lead. Dylan Young will now be second. Third will be James Shelley, and Chris Dodd will now find himself slipped back from second to fourth after those pit stops. Chris Myers would be fifth of the Class A drivers. Ben Braley sixth. John Arndt seventh. Navarro eighth. Winkle in ninth. Noah Poncer still the Class B leader. Joshua Sakuli still the Class C leader. Wow, and the closest Class C driver to him is all the way back here. That's Ortega, way, way back. As far as Class B is concerned, there is Poncer, and there is Johnson. He got by Sakuli, but he still has that 9 car of Joshua Lee between himself and Poncer. Battle on for third. James Shelley has it. Chris Dodd wants it. Remember, he lost 2 spots in pit road. Battle for the lead. Dylan Young in the Audi going to the inside of Zachary Fitzwater. Can he get it, though? Oh, swung it wide, but he cleared him. Dylan Young, the new race leader in Class A. And the battle is not over here for third, fourth, fifth between Shelley, Dodd, and Chris Myers trying to get in the mix there. Can't do it. But Dylan Young will take the lead over from Zachary Fitzwater. When they hit the stripe next time by, it'll be 3 laps to go. Does Fitzwater have anything for Dylan Young? He was able to run down the Chevy Corvette when Chris Dodd was in the lead. Can he run down the Audi, I believe it's an RS5, RS6, one of those two. Matter of fact, we can find out right now. Let's go to our beautiful little camera, which we really don't have, but we're going to do it anyway. It is an A5. Dylan Young, boy, I don't know what kind of adjustments they made on that race car. Maybe they just put 4 fresh tires on it. I don't think these drivers use Goodyear tires. I think they use Hoosier with this mod, but I'm not certain. Maybe they use something else and I don't even know of it. But I'll tell you what, that car came alive all of a sudden. Well, we really can't say it came alive all of a sudden. He was there in the mix for the lead. Remember when Fitzwater actually made the move on Chris Dodd for the lead? Dylan Young was right there waiting in the wings for if something happened, he'd be able to make a move maybe to go in a 3-way battle for the lead. Well, right now, he's out in front leading this thing, but he's got one of the best behind him in Zachary Fitzwater trying to reel him in. The way the point system works here, in Class A, Class B, and Class C, it's the same point system for all 3. The winner ends up getting 14 points plus 5 points bonus for winning. There are no points for leading laps. Then second place gets 13. Third place gets 12. Fourth place gets 11. Fifth place gets 10 on down. Right now, Dylan Young stands to have a good points day and have a 6-point advantage over Zachary Fitzwater heading into next week's race. Let's check out the battles for the other classes. I don't really think there is much of a battle. Noah Poncer still in control of Class B, and Joshua Sakuli still in control of Class C. I think it's very safe to say both those drivers securing these potential wins here today, all thanks to track position with their qualifying laps. Dylan Young, last time by 148.6. See what it is this time by. 147.8. Alright, so that time he picked it up a little bit. Fitzwater ran about a 148 flat. And oh boy, we got a battle here. This is for 4th place. Chris Myers trying to get around Chris Dodd. This is for a spot on track and a point in the standings and some contact between the two. Banging doors. And a couple of Chevrolets, one a Corvette and one a Cruise. And it looks like the Corvette will win out. Chris Dodd will hang on to the 4th position. That was close. That could have caused a major pileup, and we could have seen a lot of stuff take place there with less than 2 to go. Dylan Young still leads the way. Fitzwater there in 2nd, and Fitzwater is not seeming to close up the gaps. If anything, the gap is being closed up on him. James Shelley there in 3rd, starting to try and reel in Fitzwater to maybe finish 2nd here today. I don't know if maybe Fitzwater used up everything he had back there in the middle portion when he was trying to run down and pass Chris Dodd. But it seems like if he is saving anything, Dylan Young has been saving as well, and now we're starting to see it. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Dylan Young, 3rd different leader of this race. Dodd led the early portion. Fitzwater took over midway through. Dylan Young, after pit stops, has led. And now it's the white flag, and oh boy, Fitzwater's coming. He's there. He got the draft. Will he have something to say about this lead and this win? He is right there. Just to put it in perspective, that time by, he ran 0.3 faster than Dylan Young. Oh, took that turn a little bit wide. Might lose him some ground. He's got to hope that Dylan Young makes a mistake here. Oh, he may have lost too much ground there. That little jerk that we saw there in, I think it was turn 2 or 3. May have lost him touch with Dylan Young. The only thing that really can help him now is he's got to close the gap up just enough so he can be in the slipstream when they get to the straightaway and in the turns of the speedway portion of this racetrack. Then maybe he can try and get a run like he did on the last lap. But look at the gap now. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll be surprised if he really can close that up. Let's see what he can do here coming off into the entrance of turn 1 through to turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Let's see if he can close the gap up at all. Gonna want to try and run in the tire tracks of Dylan Young's Audi. He's trying to. Boy, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Here we go, heading into 3. There's about 7 car length separation. I don't think he can close up the gap in time. Dylan Young, after pit stops, puts the move that's going to capture him the win in the season opener. He will take the Class A win here in the NRSL American Street Car Series here at Daytona. Class B winner, about to hit the stripe. There he is. Noah Poncer, but Nick Johnson tried. He got close. Not going to be able to do it. Poncer wins Class B. Here comes your Class C winner, Joshua Sakuli. Dominating performance today for him. He'll take the checkered flag in his first win of the year in Class C. Session will not have yet come to a close. They're still crossing the line from about 25th on down. But we basically know our 3 race winners for each 3 classes today. Dylan Young for Class A, Noah Poncer for Class B. Look at how close that was, 0.3 between him and Nick Johnson. Johnson, if he'd had one more lap, he might have had something for Poncer. And Joshua Sakuli, he finishes 13th overall. The next highest finishing Class C driver was 25th in Ortega. That was just a clinic that Sakuli put on today. And the standings are now official. So, the way that they finished for Class A, Dylan Young, Zachary Fitzwater, James Shelley, Chris Dodd, Chris Myers, Ben Braley, John Arndt, Navarro, Winkle, Lee, Jeremy Jones, Cole Deaver, Verino, Wise. And that was it for Class A. For Class B, Ponser wins. Johnson gets second, Brommer third, Gum fourth, fifth, Lyndon Wright, sixth, James Qualls, seventh, Hunter Bob, eighth, Jonathan Zorling, ninth, Blaine Keys, 10th, William Duncan, 11th, Lopez, 12th was Acavito, 13th, Johnny Gardner, and Johnston will finish last of Class B. And then for Class C, the winner, Joshua Sakuli. Ortega gets second, third place, Salzman, Trent Dunham fourth, Tavian Alexander fifth, 6th, Dallas McIntosh, 7th, Austin Gipe, 8th, Ryan Madden, 9th, Cesar, 10th, Elijah Gordon, 11th, Benjamin Miles, Cody Smart in 12th. Myers finishes in 13th, and JT Bryant will finish in the 14th position in Class C. So that's going to do it here from Daytona Road Course. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. Race number 2 will be coming out shortly here on this channel. Thanks for tuning in. We'll show you now what your Class A, B, and C point standings look like heading into next week, as you've been watching the NRSL American Streetcar Series here on the SRA Sports Channel. Offline racing at its best. See you guys next week.